All right, welcome back, watch fans. We are covering today the Sotheby's New York auction results. We got some really interesting surprises. The sale was kind of, I would say, mixed. We had mixed results. What's happening in the market now is the buyers, the collectors, are getting a lot more selective. Selective is the right word. So let's dive right into it. Make sure, of course, if you're just joining, you click the like, upvote, whatever. Click the like, subscribe button, whatever you need to click. And of course, make sure you get our free weekly newsletter. Click that link in the video description below, and let's get right into the auction. I'm going to go. Let me go right to the. I'll start right over here. Okay, so we got this, Datejust, which we kind of covered before. This is the Tiger Eye. Not really a great example. I mean, this is kind of a bad one, but it got, like a decent price. 24 grand, including premium. It's got this funky, period bracelet. And, I mean, again, the Tiger Eyes, you want the ones which have like the nice, clean lines. Not this. This one is kind of sloppy. By the way, there is, from what I'm hearing, there is actually a lot of fake stones, fake stone dials going around, which look amazing. So it's all coming out of Italy, right? So you got these Italians that are making fake stone dials, malachite, tiger eye. By the way, I'm not saying that this one is a fugazi, but here's the thing. I mean, of course, the Italians, by the way, I'll address this right now. The Italians are they have a 2,000-year history, literally 2,000-year history of making fakes, right? They were doing fake, during the Roman Empire, the big thing was Greek, ancient Greek sculpture, right? Statues. And, the Italians would copy them. That's one thing. But also what they would do is they would find maybe broken ones, or they would find pieces. They would add parts to it, so it would become like a pastiche. And, we're finding these. I mean, 2,000 years later, 1,800 years later, you see them in museums and everything else. And listen, there's an old expression in the art business: if it looks right, it is right. And the Italians are masters of working with stone. You have this micro mosaics, pietra dura, all that stuff. The Italians invented it. So they are masters. They have a 2,000-year tradition of working with stone. So be very careful with stone dials is all I have to say. Make sure, I mean, I'd want to see the paperwork for any of these vintage dials. I don't care where it's, Sotheby's, who cares? Really, like right now, there's an epidemic. But here's the thing, right? I bet a lot of these Fugazi stone dials probably as good, maybe even better than the factory version, right? Possibly. Anyway, let's get into this. So we got this pyramid watch, the Rolex Day Date pyramid. We actually did a story on these really unique dials in our newsletter. It was covered in our newsletter. Really interesting, and I think these are actually worth keeping on your radar. This is a quartz, oyster quartz. So, which, again, I know people are into the quartz thing. I'm not a fan of it. I know that maybe, it's had its kind of moment. I'm just not a believer in it, whether it's vintage or whatever. I'm just not a believer in the quartz thing. I don't even care if it's a Patek Philippe beta. I just don't want to have anything to do with quartz, no matter how historically important it is. I don't know, maybe, quartz, you never know what goes, the thing might break, the chip, electronics, batteries, who knows, right? At least with mechanics, it's all very simple. When you're getting into the microchips and all that, and you're getting who knows what's there, right? But here's what's interesting. So this thing sold at what? 20 to 30, sold at 31. These pyramid bracelets, pyramid Rolex day dates, keep an eye on those. I think those are going to have they're going to make a move. Okay, we got this guy here. Relatively basic. This is kind of a basic Rolex. Gem set, whatever. Okay, 45 grand with premium. Oh, now this is interesting. So this guy here, we cover this. This is the date. By the way, we're going to go into all the Sylvester Stallone stuff. The Sylvester Stallone and also, what's his name? Bruno Mars. We'll talk about that stuff. Now, this was a weird watch, right? It's a left-hand drive. Left-hand drive date. I've never seen one. Apparently, they do exist. 80 to 120 grand estimate. And it passed, right? I guess people weren't that interested. I don't know, it seems like a lot of money just for a left-hand drive. I don't get it. It's just a basic 1803 date, white gold. The basic blue. Nothing special. So people are becoming selective. You need a lot more in this market to get people excited, right? To get them to pay up. So. Let's go to the next guy here. Let's keep rolling here. Here we go. Okay. By the way, like the RMs were kind of soft. Nothing too exciting. A lot of these, these kind of hype models, they're kind of starting to cool down with Patek, everything. They're kind of cooling down. But anything that's unique, kind of unique. Even like Cartier, and this was not even. I don't think this thing is even that special. Again, 1920s, whatever, which is historically, I guess, interesting. 8 to 16,000, sold for 28 grand. Maybe that might have been a low estimate. Oh, here's a cool watch. This is an Omega, but it's got a Cartier signature, right? Which is what makes this thing special, right? So it was retailed by Cartier. By the way, on our website, we got a new site. Hang on a second. Guys, I don't know if you know this. Our website is actually in beta right now. And you can go to watchreporter.com and check out. We got a bunch of articles. Like literally everything you want to know about watches. We got also great articles, links to articles. It's like we aggregate all this great content. And we have an incredible article in there about everything you want to know about double-signed dials. It's fascinating, right? Because again, what happened with these double-signed dials is, back in the day, the retailer was more important than the brand, right? Like, there was a retailer in San Francisco. I came across this pocket watch. It was a retailer in San Francisco, which was like, by the way, in the 1860s, 1880s. San Francisco was a boom town because of the gold rush. It was like the Wild West. People were making all sorts of money. It was kind of like Shanghai in the 2002 or something, right? Or not Shanghai, but like one of these wacky provinces in China, which all of a sudden there's a massive boom in the last 20 years. That was what happened in San Francisco. And anyway, there was a retailer there, and they sold Patek Philippe. Back then, Patek Philippe wasn't even they weren't even well known. It was the retailer's brand that sold watch because it was their reputation, just like Tiffany, just like I think Shreve or whatever, just like, or in Cartier in this case. So back in the day, the brand was the store, the retailer was much more important than the actual brand. So it's kind of fast. But anyway, check it out. Go to our website, watchreporter.com. We got the article there about that. About everything you want to know about these different dollars. Anyway, this thing 10 to 15 sold for 16.8 with the premium because Omega. Nobody cares about Omega. Nobody. And by the way, this is like a not the real bracelet. It's like a added bracelet. But yeah, I mean, if it was a Rolex, if it was a Patek, the price would be through the roof. Anyway, we got this baby Cobra, and these Cobra watches, and we covered this in the previous video. The big one, which is the main Cobra, that one is, the price have been going crazy, right? I mean, they've basically doubled in the last 6 months. And I thought that this one here, which would have a pop, and actually it sold really at the bottom of the range. 5 to 10 was the estimate. 6,600 was all in. I don't know the details. I didn't see, I don't know the condition, all that, but kind of surprising, right? Same thing here. I think this guy should have gotten a little bit more action. There's a lot of interest in these, again, funky shaped cases right now. So this actually was a good deal. Although I don't like the date. The date window kind of messes things up. Whatever. Okay, let's go on to the next guy here. And then we're going to get into the Sylvester Stallone. The Stallone lots. Wait, is this it here? I think we're starting already. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is crazy. By the way, guys, this is like, doesn't even make any sense. Okay, so this is from the Sylvester Stallone collection. You got this Piaget. I mean, it's a piece of garbage, right? You know, circa 2000. I mean, this is total trash. The estimate was 6 to 12,000. It sold for 33,600, including premium, right? 33,600. Here's the problem. You know, basically, whoever paid this crazy money was buying it because, you know, I think Sylvester Stallone may have put it on his wrist once, twice. He may have worn this watch. He probably got it as a gift. I mean, this is not his thing, or who knows? I mean, this is. I bet he wore this watch at the most 3 times. So nobody knows it's his. It doesn't have any associations. Just in theory, it's from the collection. So this was, whoever bought this. Sorry, guys, you got taken for a ride. You got taken for a ride. This watch has zero importance. It's just, you know, this doesn't mean anything. Wow, and this is crazy. We got a Panerai. I don't know anything about Panerai. I hate Panerai. Again, one of Sly's Panerai's. Now, he probably did wear this because we know he was wearing this garbage in the early 2000s, 2005. 6 to 12 estimate, 54,000. 54,000 selling price. Now, he actually did wear this watch. Oh, does it? Hang on. I think it's signed. Hang on a second. There's a note from Silva. Okay, there's a note. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's a Sly Tech. Whatever. I don't know. It means nothing. But it's got a little more association. Now, here's where it gets interesting, guys. Here's where we're getting into the interesting stuff. Okay, here we go. Come on. Let's load this page. Oh, what happened here? Okay, stand by. Okay, there we go. Now this watch, if you recall, this is one that we talked about on previous, in the preview, and I said, look, this is the one to watch. This is the one that's worth buying of all the Sly Stallone watches. If you want to have anything, if you want to buy that provenance, this is the one to get. Because number one is, Rolex day date. It's the right, it's the rose gold olive green dial, right? That's the prime example. And it's also has his name on the back, right? It's got his, now I don't know if he got it as a gift, if whatever, who knows, but it says Sly in the back, right? So he did wear this watch, and he would wear it because look, this is a very, it's a Stallone type of watch. He likes gold. It's like a very Italian, right? The gold, you got the green. Italians love green. I mean, Italian, not American Italians, but Italians from Italy love the green color. Yeah. So this is, and I told you guys, I said this could go for crazy money, like possibly $100,000. Although in the market, if it was just a regular Rolex, it would be like 35, 38 grand. So it sold for 96. And you know what? I think it actually is worth 96. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Remember I said, look, if you can get this for 50 grand, maybe 60 grand, it's worth it. Because again, you're getting the watch, plus you're getting that, it's just the Stallone watch, right? But for 96, the problem with the watch is it's not that important. It's not a historically important watch. It's not something that's going to be increasing value. Again, we did a video on these day dates. Guys, the day date market, it's don't get your hopes up. Okay, the prices are, if you're lucky, if you buy a day date 40 today, you buy a day date 40 today, maybe you'll get your money back in 10 years, 7 years. The market's dead base. And really, it's this, they're making a ton of these. It's a mass production watch. If you like it, great, but at least stick to like unique dials or something. But the market's going back to where it was before, where day dates always sold at like a 25, 30% discount. That's where it's going. So that delta is going to squeeze down. Okay. So right now, these watches that are like, maybe they did an increase. What is it going to be? 40, I don't know, 40 grand, whatever it is. You're going to be able to get these watches for 35, 30 grand, 30, 28 grand. But if you're going to get the day date, at least get, rose gold, green dial, white gold, blue dial. Again, it's not very hot, but at least it's a classic. Don't get like the champagne dials, yellow gold champagne dials. Those are toxic. They're worthless, okay? Yellow gold champagne dial for day date 40, garbage. Okay, now, this is fascinating, right? This is another piece of garbage, this Cartier. One of the ugliest watches ever, this Pasha or whatever it is. C-Timer, Pasha, C-Timer. Again, this is like a tomato can watch, right? And I'm sorry. Oh, you know what? I apologize. I missed the fact that it says Sylvester Stallone on the back. I think it was given as a gift to him. I missed that. When we did the preview, I said this thing is garbage. But somebody who bought this, it's got a handwritten note. By the way, okay, that's fascinating. Okay, so this thing, I love the way they marketed this auction. So Sylvester Stallone, right, spent about 30 seconds basically, with a stationery. He's got little nice, probably has like a nice little stationery. And, with like the guy's got a great signature, right? He practices autographs for the last 50 years, right? He probably took him 30 seconds to write a thing. Hey, he probably wrote, enjoy the watch, we're in good health, Sly, And that note, it's worth money. It's what makes these things valuable. But again, this watch is basically a piece of garbage. But I didn't see this before. It does say Sylvester Stallone on the back. So this may have been, it was probably a gift. I think this was a gift, actually. I think it was a gift from Cartier, right? I think it was actually a gift. He may have talked about this. It might have been a gift. Anyway, 15 to 30 was the estimate. It sold for $66,000. Again, because it says Stallone on the back, so it's identifiable. Again, if you're going to buy a Sylvester Stallone watch, you want it to be personalized to Stallone, so people know that it actually is from him. This other stuff, which is like, for example, this guy here, this AP, 100 to 200. Hammer was 228. And it's kind of, I think these are, what do these go for in the market? These are like about, I think, 161. It's kind of up there. Does it have a handwritten note? Yeah. So that's a nice touch. Sorry. Okay, we got it to 5711. What? 50 to 100, sold for 144. Does it say Stallone in the back? No. And it's got grime. Look at that. It's probably, it's disgusting. Holy, I didn't even see that. I didn't see this in the preview. This is disgusting. But you know what? They probably didn't clean it because there's probably some fanboy that wants that Sylvester Stallone DNA. That's what that is. I mean, the guy actually, he must have worn the watch. Otherwise, look how disgusting that is in the back. I mean, that's filthy. I mean, how could they even sell? I mean, like, I wouldn't buy it. I would not buy a watch which had like that. It's disgusting. Look at that. It's fucking disgusting. I mean, unless it's some sort of like soul. I don't know. The watch is disgusting. He must have worn it, but he must have worn it a lot. All right. It's got all his DNA in there. Anyway, maybe that's why it sold for 144. Now this is interesting, right? So this is the 5711 green dial with diamonds. And again, we talked about this one, that this would be, a mover. And look at this. It's also filthy in the back. You know what? I think this must have been a conscious decision by Sotheby's to basically tell him, hey, look, we're not going to clean these. Just, wear them, make sure they're dirty so people know that it's you, because maybe there's some weirdo. There could be some weirdo that might want to, like sniff these watches. And there's some guys, some super fan sniffing these watches. Who knows what they're doing with them? I don't know. It's disgusting. Anyway, at least with this guy, okay, this is the highlight of the sale. This was the highlight. We had a whole video about this, which was that he bought this thing. Who here? You. Tom, you're the star of the show. So he bought this thing, which was the Grand Master Chime. Perpetual calendar, with minute repeater, whatever, all this great stuff. And we showed you the video. It's on our channel, so you can actually listen to what it sounds like, right? Sylvester Stallone never had the opportunity to experience that sound. He never heard it. That's the whole point of the watch, to hear it. He never took it out of the plastic even. Ridiculous. And you know what's crazy? I thought the one good thing, it doesn't have any of his DNA on it. So it's unsullied, untainted. But anyway, it does have all his name. His name is all over the propaganda, the collateral. It says Sly Stallone, whatever, because it's for him. Anyway, he's a flipper. So I think he paid $2 million for this, whatever. Anyway, 2.5 to 5, sold for $5.4 million. $5.4 million. That's with premium. Okay, now this is no longer Stallone. This is just garbage. And it's interesting. It's funny. When you have this mega lot, you got this $5 million lot, and then the next lot is like some garbage watch. It's funny the way they do this with auctions. Like the lot right after the big one, they usually cut because they know that, okay, there's a lot of tension in the room. Everybody's all whatever. So after that, it's like the next two lots are going to be like unlucky because people are not paying attention. Anyway, so this is, whatever, tomato can watch. Real disaster. 12 to 24,000, sold for 21,000. I wouldn't pay 5,000 for this. Anyway, let's keep moving. Let me show you some interesting watches here. I don't care about this Panerai stuff. Oh, by the way, okay, so this is we did a review of this. It's a new brand. This guy Toledano and Chan. It's Philip Toledano, right? And what do you call it? And this was so they did the watches, and then they did this as a one-off, right? So they make this, I think it's these guys actually, they're talented guys, but it's just an homage to those 70s watches, whether it was the King Midas or this and that. I mean, it's interesting, right? The regular metal one, but this one they did as a one-off piece out of carbon fiber with some copper in it, it looks ugly to me. And the estimate was 6 to 12,000, sold for 24,000. So probably one of their friends. I mean, these guys are very wealthy, and they got a lot of wealthy friends. It's probably like a couple of their idiot friends. Like 24 grand for those guys is like nothing. Whatever. It's so maybe they just maybe it was the guys themselves, right? Just to hype up the brand. Whatever. It's just kind of goofy. I'm a little bit annoyed by that, to be honest, because I think actually the guy has an interesting collection. I just don't think the watch is like. I think he's got some potential. I don't want to say bad things because it's a lot of work to do this stuff, and we want to encourage this. Anyway, check this out. We got another double-signed watch. Patek Philippe. Now, this is one of these gondola shapes, whatever, rectangle. And this one is got the Cartier double signature. This is from the 1960s. It's on the mesh bracelet. If it was just on a strap, this would have done a lot better. Because again, the mesh bracelets, people, it's a pain in the ass. So what was the deal? The deal was 6 to 12, sold for 15. Okay. This is one we highlighted as an interesting watch. Okay, it's sold up there. Patek skeleton. Let's keep moving. Oh, this is cool. These things are getting some interest in the market. These early Patek Philippe wristwatches. Again, this is from like 1913. And literally the early days of watches. Before that, they had pocket watches. And so these are historically important. I think these are worth buying if you can get a deal. This was 50 to 100, sold for 60 grand. You know who's got one? Jean Arnaud, the son of LVMH. The Kesslowitz. Kesslowitz, listen, you're filing at the right channel. I mean, listen, I think your talents have been wasted. I did a video for you. Your talents have been wasted with the Archie world. I mean, the guy's not even a real Patek collector. By the way, you're welcome to hop on. I also have a nice background like you now, right? I copy from the best, right? Anyway, yeah, you get these nice presentations you do for that Bogut of Brisbane. Totally wasted. I mean, you should be doing those for this channel. This is a real Patek channel, right? Does the Archie have a perpetual calendar? No, he's never had one. You know who's got one? The Colonel. That's right, the 3940G, the top G. Anyway, we're talking Patek, Kesslowitz. We're talking Patek. Hey, Paul. Kesslowitz, hop on, Kesslowitz. I want to hear you say, "Hey, Paul." Hey, Paul. Hang on. Here we go. We got some Patek action here. Okay, we got some basic watches. If you hop on the channel, I'll explain what a tomato can is. Okay, we got some Kanjar watches. I'll show you something really interesting. We got the main event coming up. Not yet. Okay, pocket. By the way, I'm kind of interested in pocket watches, believe it or not. I'm kind of interested in pocket watches. Tom Ewing, I got my chiropractor green light approved by Rolex. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means in English. What does that mean in English? I don't know what it means in English. If you can explain. Okay, so we have. By the way, this is very interesting in terms of pocket watches. Breguet invented the pocket watch, the modern pocket watch. And this thing, I'm surprised that this is so cheap. Circa 1800, right? 10 to 12, it sold for 12 grand. And look at the coin edging. I mean, look at that. Crazy. Quarter repeating. It's a quarter repeater, so it makes a little sound. Look at this. I think these things are a bargain. I mean, maybe I should buy them. I just don't know anything about them. I mean, Breguet. I actually saw one at a show here. I think they're fascinating. Cartier, of course. Cartier. Let's just talk about it a little bit. Again, I think we're getting into peak Cartier here, guys. Don't chase Cartier. Sorry about that. Let me start. No, I don't have a Patek pizza box. I don't. Those are probably very valuable. Okay, Cartier, guys, the peak is in, okay? I'm telling you right now, the top is in. We're in the topping formation right now of Cartier. The crash, all that stuff. especially the crash. That thing is so overhyped. It can't go anywhere but down from here. Now this, it's a lot we talked about on our auction preview, and this is incredible, right? It's a piece unique, right? It's a one-off. It's a minute repeater, an Audemars Piguet minute repeater. The watch itself, outside of the technical stuff, the design, I mean, I could, whatever. I could, doesn't do, I mean, I don't know. I'm not that super excited by it. Look at this nice picture here. Again, it's a piece unique. You get a piece unique. It's a minute repeater, Audemars Piguet. Maybe it looks better in person. The guilloche is nice. It just doesn't look like an Audemars Piguet, though. That's the problem. I'm not even talking about royal oak. I'm just saying in general, it doesn't have the look. But anyway, 30 to 50. And I remember I said, I think if you can get this into like 30s, 40s, it's a good deal. And it sold for 120, which might be a little bit aggressive. That might be a little bit of an aggressive, for, it's just not that, I mean, it's not a real AP, it doesn't have the real, I don't know how to, you know what I mean, right? Anyway, so this is actually surprising. Harry Winston, and they have some interesting pieces, right? They're made by some serious watchmakers, and this has got some weird retro, whatever. Anyway, 40 to 80, which is, I think, very, very high to begin with, and it sold for 45. So, normally I would have thought this might have sold for like 20 grand. I mean, because they've been like, who loves these is that guy Bill Sanders, the old guy, the Illuminati guy. He loves Harry Winston, and there's a lot of value, real horological value, if you can deal with these massive sizes. I mean, again, they worked with a lot of great independent watchmakers to develop these. Everybody, all the heavy hitters, and this is a cool watch. I mean, this is really innovative. Now, what is this actually? Hold on a second. I don't even know what this is. This is it's a dual time. Oh, look at that. That's actually pretty cool. So the dual time rotates, right? So your GMT, whatever, where that yellow pointer is at the top at the 12 o'clock, that's your second time zone, which is, I think, very cool. Very cool. Apparently, nobody else thought so because the lot passed. So, I mean, this is an amazing looking. I mean, 2010, 60 to 120. That was an aggressive estimate. That might have been aggressive because we know these things are, basically go to like zero. So it's a limited edition 12 to 100, which doesn't mean anything because how many people would buy this anyway? Now, how big is this? 46 millimeter. I mean, it's like a UFO on your wrist, basically. 46. I mean, again, this was 2010. 2010, during the peak of the big watch craze. And listen, guys, I've been telling you this for a while now, for like 2 years. If you look at any of the videos, I said I've been telling you for a couple of years now. Smaller case sizes are coming back, and also two-tone. Now, I'm actually wearing a 40 millimeter. It's the Rolex Yacht Master because I was out. But yeah, I got a lot of the classical shaped cases. I mean, this is actually a little big, whatever. But again, look, the Yacht. This is my really only modern watch, like modern, like current production. And I don't really see any other. I mean, there is one other current production I'm interested in. I'm not going to mention it, but yeah, I mean, I don't really care about these Rolex current production. But yeah, smaller case sizes. So don't listen to, tomato cans like Archie Luxury, who tells you, oh, it's too small. Oh, it's too small. Oh, it's too tough. I mean, again, these guys are so. Oh, look at look at this. We got the Kesslowitz.
Greetings.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh,
Who's
phenomenal,
wearing
phenomenal.
two-tone? Nobody's wearing two-tone. You what
Nobody's
you're
wearing.
spruiking you're spruiking this two-tone popularity. I don't know anybody wearing two-tone.
No. Okay, no two tone. Okay, so
Talk
here's
to
the
me.
thing, right? Two tone is coming back now. Again, you don't have to believe me, right? But if you look at who did a big article on this, that those guys from Watchbox, which are actually very sophisticated. That guy was a Brian, and the guy who looks like Alfred E. Newman. The guy, that kid's like a
Ryan
billionaire. You know that,
Goldberg,
right? Yeah,
the
he's
main guy.
he's like
Yeah.
yeah, Alfred E. Newman. He's like a billionaire, right? He's a very
Right.
smart guy. He looks goofy, but he's very smart.
Hmm.
Um, he actually was interviewed. I think it was in Rob Report. And again, you got to take things. Again, you have to take things with a grain of salt. But Rob Report did a thing. Again, I'm not. There was a bunch of articles. That's the one that just pops to mind because I talked about it on the show. Um, and they basically talked to all these influencers, important people in the trade who see what's going on. And they said, "Hey, what's happening in the market?" And the article basically said the big trend is smaller case sizes, classical shapes, funky shapes, and two-tone. Two-tone is making a comeback. And the reason is this, right? Again, there's a misconception about two-tone. There's a big misconception. And also, let me also say this. Uh, 8 to 10 years ago, if you'd have told me two-tone, I would have vomited, right? When I was, buying my first watches, let's say in the 90s, right? Two-tone was I thought it was so tacky, such an
Mm.
80s, such a 70s thing. It was like repulsive, right? But then listen, it's a fact. Look, watches are fashion, it's trends, right? Now I look at it, it's like a retro thing. So certain watches, I like that retro vibe. And also, I find steel boring. If it's all steel, I find it boring. I want to see a little bit of
Like the
gold.
only two tones that I see it working on is like a root beer and the Nautilus. Like there's a couple of those where it works, but generally I get the vibe you were just talking about, just like old out of the times,
Yeah. No. Okay. So here's the thing. So I would say there has to be a two-tone thing. I think the rule for two-tone should be if it's of the period, right? If it's something from the 70s, the 80s, around then, or it's a design from that time, like the Royal Oak, like the Nautilus two-tone, it's good, right? Some other things. I think again, root beer. I think on this again, I'm biased. I think I love the chocolate dial. It just
Oh,
the
you're
rose
wearing you're
gold.
wearing it. That's the Yacht Master, right?
The Yacht Master, yeah, the Yacht Master chocolate, right?
That
And
looks good.
look at the beautiful chocolate, right?
I like
I
that.
like it. I like it. Listen, if I and I said this
You know what's cool
before,
about that too? There's not a lot of brown dials in the watch market, especially with Rolex.
listen, it's not brown, it's chocolate or it's bronze.
Oh, come on, give me a fuck.
Okay. So yeah,
Right.
there's a couple of So listen, I like that color. I think it's a nice warm
Mm,
color. In the fall, in certain environments, it looks good in certain light. It works. This watch
mm.
particularly works. Would I buy a Rolex Datejust two-tone? No, I wouldn't because it's a little bit like the basic with a white. No, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. But anyway, the two tones and the classical, the smaller case sizes are coming back. But anyway, Brian Goffberg himself said this.
Yeah.
And again, a bunch of other guys. I'm just using him as an example because that article pops to mind. And yeah.
I mean, I
Look,
think it's definitely going smaller case size from like what it was like with 44s and 42s, AP Royal Oak case size. I
no,
think those are gone, those are never
no.
coming back for a while. But
Listen, it's going micro. It's going to the other extreme.
no, I see. I don't see it going back to 36.
No.
Even
Hold
37
on.
is
Wait.
borderline.
Wait. I'm not talking about 36. I'm talking about 26. Okay. In the 1960s, in the late
Right.
60s, again, watches were kind of small, right? And you had a trend where these like Italian, sort of like the Italian like playboys on the Riviera, the guys who are like kind of the jet set. They started wearing like
Sure.
lady size watch, like very small. and that became it was a thing, right? It was that of that era. But watches, they're always small. But I'm seeing guys now, like young guys. I'm not talking about old men. I'm talking about young, like hip guys.
I'm not
Guys who
seeing
are
that, dude. I'm not seeing that.
you're not around cool people. No, seriously. I mean, like you're not around. I don't think you're around like. No, you're not. You're not around cool people. I know you live like downtown LA or something, but you're not around the cool kids.
I'm in LA. All right,
but you're not around the cool kids.
Give me an example. Give me an example of a hot 26 millimeter watch right now, and you got to give me the definition.
I met a guy
here. Hold on, time out. I'm waiting to hear the definition of what a tomato can is. This is critical information. This is often referred to. Inform me.
Tomato can. It's a tomato can. It's a guy who's like the brain is a can of tomato. It's like a tomato. Those are the Italian those what are those tomatoes that they make the sauce from. You go to the market. They have what's the brand? San Marzano tomatoes that come in the can. Guys, his brain is just the tomatoes. It's tomatoes. Vegetables. It's like a vegetable brain. That's what it means.
Ragu. I got you. Cool.
You're getting a box of ragu.
Vegetable
it's like
brain.
you buy a Richard Mille and you open the box and it's a ragu. that's a tomato can. That's a tomato can.
I got you. Gotcha.
But no, seriously.
Gotcha.
I'm around. Listen, I've seen, or I can count four people I've seen. Right. I'm talking about hipster type guys. Which I'm not a hipster guy. I mean, a hipster. Those guys like the hipsters.
Sure.
With style, right? In 3 different cities, wearing. I'm talking about a micro watch, like a 26 a vintage. It could have been a lady's watch. One guy was wearing a Jacques Dro.
So you're just saying you think that people are going to start buying these vintage pieces. You don't think that you're not saying that modern production is going that way.
No. I'm saying the cool kids are gonna go for they're going to the smaller case size because listen, it's like any cycle, right? Everybody grows up and they don't want to dress like their parents or listen to their parents' music or they rebel, right? And it goes to the other everything goes to the other extreme. It's always you got the it's like with like anything. You got a counter, things go from one extreme to the other, right? It's like whether it's this, whether it's politics, anything, it goes from one to the other. So we're gonna go back to, I think we're seeing already like the cool guys are buying small watches like 32 millimeter, like small watches, tiny watches. Like the stuff I showed on my videos, the Patek dress watches. By the way, I have a video.
I don't see it, bro. I don't see it. I would never. I mean,
hold on. Hold on. Did you see the video I had about the Corum watch, the Corum Rolls Royce?
No.
It's on the channel. Hang on. I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to just share the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. I was at the watch show here in Vegas, and they had. Listen, you kind of know what's going on because you see, like you're there around people who really know vintage, right? People who know stuff, right? And what happened was, hang on a second. Okay, what happened was, you're starting to see. I mean, the guys who know what's going on are going for these small watches. Okay, watch this. Look at this. Can you see this? Oh, hang on. Look at this. That's a Corum. Are you familiar with this brand Corum?
Yes, but not vintage Corum.
Oh, that's the only Corum. The modern Corum is garbage, trash.
Yeah, see that. I mean, by saying Corum, I think of garbage because of the modern stuff. I've never even considered some vintage.
No, Corum. Look, we're actually going to cover this in this week's email newsletter. By the way, Castles, are you a subscriber to our free weekly email newsletter?
No, what is this? Tell me.
Well, you got to email.
You email this?
We email a newsletter. It looks like. Hang on. It looks the one on the right. There's a snapshot of it on the right. We actually had a Patek Perpetual we were showing, but we cover what's happening in what's happening in. Hang on a second. What's happening? Hang on. We cover what's happening in the world of you know, different trends, different stuff, prices, news, rumors. We show videos. Also, you got to get. It's free. Click the link in the video description below to get the free newsletter. Now, back to the
Okay.
quorum. So quorum.
So is this the same ownership as today, or is it a Phoenix brand today of what it was?
You know what? Listen, I don't know. I don't care. As far as the reality is this, right? Quorum was always. I'm giving away what I'm going to be covering in the article, but quorum was basically in the 70s and 80s, they had a moment. They were kind of like like they were basically like a cheaper version of Piaget. Maybe they were doing gimmicks. They were doing like these watches with gold coins. The gold coin watch, which was worn by Ronald Reagan, was worn by all the presidents.
Well, that's
the
not
gold,
gimmicky.
Huh?
Patek did that. Patek did that. That wasn't gimmick. People wanted.
No. Patek did a pocket. They did a little like a coin. No, these guys did a coin watch. A watch on your wrist.
Oh, that's tacky.
You ever see that?
Yeah, that's tacky. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Listen,
with the bracelet welded on, right?
Well, there's two versions. There's one with a bracelet. There's one on a strap. The tackier one is the bracelet. That's the ultra tacky. But here's the thing. Again, things go in cycles. That thing would have been ultra tacky up until, I would say, 18 months ago, 20 months ago. Now, and again, if you would have showed me this watch in the 90s or whatever, or 2 years ago, 5 years ago, again, I would have vomited. But again, so these guys, they were known for doing these like, gold bullion in the little slice of gold bullion or the gold coin. Here they have, and here they have like little diamonds on it. It's but let me tell you something. These things are, and they're never a serious watch company, right? They were never a serious watch. They were kind of always like gimmicky, right? They were gimmicky, and but what's happened now is, people want, again, they're going for these smaller watches. Let me show you the Rolls Royce. Okay. I'm going to show you the Rolls Royce. You're going to love this. Hang on a second. Oh shit. Hang on a second. You're going to love this thing here. This is amazing. This is amazing. Okay. Is it up on the screen? There you go. Okay. Now check this out, right? It's, by the way, this is a limited edition. Legitimately, they did like 30 pieces. Look at this. It's a Rolls Royce grill.
Ah, interesting. Oh,
and the flying lady that's made in a niche.
Oh, that is actually kind of cool.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
I mean, it's tacky, but it's so retro.
Right.
It's so like. When things go super tacky, it becomes like
1990.
No, this is like an 80s. This is like a 70s, 80s, Miami Coke dealer, Yeah, I mean, let me tell you something. These watches probably have like cocaine residue inside. When you open up the movement, it's got like cocaine from Studio 54 in there.
So what's the price of something like that? That's got to be cheap, right?
Not anymore. These are like this guy wanted like $4,000, and these used to be like $1,500. You can. I think the right price is like, if I can get one for $2,500 or $3,000, I would buy it.
Man, if you polish that one more time, that Rolls Royce is coming off.
No, you don't polish this. No, you leave it as is.
Right.
But this is like, look, and this, by the way, the watch is small. It's actually a very small watch.
You got to get the Rolls Royce first, though, right, in order to pull that off.
Yeah, no, actually, no. That watch is kind of like, it's like, what it is? Listen, I guarantee most people who had that watch, they couldn't buy the Rolls. That's why they bought that watch. It was like an aspirational thing, right? It was, it's the American dream. Whatever. It was like a tacky thing. But anyway, the smaller stuff is coming back. Yeah. It's coming back in a big way, and So back to the what we're talking. So two-tone is back. The what do you call it? The small one. You gotta listen. This is the channel where we talk about the reality. This is not the Brisbane Bogan channel, which is
It's
mean, listen,
interesting. I want to get your take. I like hearing your take. This is interesting.
okay. About what? What do you the take about what? About the watches, or about getting advice
Yes,
from real people?
the watches. Yes. Let's go back to
So
this
yes,
auction. You had some good results
yeah.
pulled up here. That one you just had
Let's
pulled
go
up
back. Yeah,
actually, it looks
let's
like
bring up
you
the
know what that
auction.
reminds me of? It reminds me of that JLC Duomet, the Duometre.
You know what?
Similar vibe.
This thing is actually. I don't like those dual match. I don't like when they have that a lot of stuff moving. It's too it's like a nervous. It's too weird. It's too weird. I don't like any of that stuff. But this watch again, this thing is. If you can get this watch for 20 grand, I think it would be a good deal. I mean, that's what you should pay for. It's like 20 grand.
Harry Winston. Would you really buy a Harry Winston? Oof.
No, I couldn't wear it because it's too big.
Yeah.
But I mean, here's the thing. I mean, you got to look at these things from the perspective of historical importance, horological importance. Like legitimately, these are.
Do they have any prestige though? Like I don't see Harry Winston as like a prestigious
No,
watchmaker.
no. Look, Harry Winston. Okay, so it's kind of like you got to look at it
to me.
this
It's
way.
like buying Van Cleef. It might as well say Van Cleef on it.
No. But here's the thing. Listen, it's not me saying this. It's Bill Sanders. Bill Sanders knows a lot more about horology than I do. Right? Would you agree?
I met him in New York.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. He was at Watch Time.
Yeah. So Bill Sanders really knows. I mean, he's like he doesn't. He's just into the horology. He's into the mechanics of the watch. That's what he's into.
Yeah,
And
but he's a bit biased towards all the silicon technology. He's like totally against that, which seems.
oh yeah,
odd. I get his reasoning, but I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about those things. I don't know. I don't care. But he knows about watches. He knows about horology, right? And he's a big fan of Harry Winston. If you look his thesis, right? The Bill Sanders thesis is that Harry Winston basically, what they did was very unique, which unlike these other, these so-called, jewelry brands, they actually hired these, super guys like the MB&F guy, the guy from Orwell, all these guys to design these watches, which were avant-garde, right? So those watches were groundbreaking, avant-garde. They had these, crazy movements, relatively limited editions. The problem is this. I think the problem is twofold. One is they were too expensive when they came out. People were not into the independent stuff. Harry Winston is not known, again, like you were saying, they're not known as, they're people thinking, oh, it's a jewelry company trying to like Jacob and Co, right? Which is,
right.
it's a fugazi, right? But Harry Winston is the real deal. They had, great movements. Also, the watches were just too big. These 43, too big, 43, a giant UFO on your wrist. How many people are going to wear that? It's a limited audience.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
So that's what screwed it up.
So that one did not sell, or it did sell?
It looks like it passed. No, it looks like a pass. Hard pass. Yeah. But it's again, I'm not a promoter of Harry Winston. I wouldn't buy it for myself. I wouldn't wear it. But I think
it's not a bad looking watch. It looks cool.
I mean, if you're into the horology, if you're into MB&F, right? Anybody who's into MB&F should be into something like this. But here's the thing: you got to buy it. It really drops really, really cheap. And I think what's going to happen is in 10 years, it's going to come back. It's like people are going to realize, they're going to wake up. It's too early. You got to wait. The Harry Winston stuff is going to pick up like in 10 years, maybe 5 years.
We'll see. I disagree. I disagree.
I don't have any. I'm not involved in it. Now this thing passed, right? The ultimate tomato can watch, which was the Black Panther, the comic book watch. Nobody wanted this. Nobody wanted this garbage.
Really?
Nah. Maybe you should call them up.
It must have just been overpriced,
$350,000 to $600,000 estimate.
That's ridiculous.
That's high, no? For
I
a
don't know
comic
what those
book.
go for, but that's just a lot of money. That's probably,
I'll tell you what I think is cool. I'll tell you where I
I
think
don't
which
think that's
could
gonna
be.
age well. I don't think that'll age well.
No, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be absolutely horrible. It's look. My whole thing is I'm looking for watches that either are they have a classic, timeless look,
Mm.
or they're kind of part of a
Here
new
you go.
trend.
Classic, timeless. Classic
What
and
is that? What's on the
timeless.
wrist? Let me zoom in. Let
We're
me zoom in.
talking weekly calendar. Weekly
Oh
calendar.
fuck! I hate this watch. I hate this watch. Seriously.
5212. Steel. Steel.
I,
Steel.
can I tell
One
you
of
how
the
much I hate
first
that watch?
steel. One of the first steel Calatravas since the 50s. Very rare to have steel.
Hang on a second, young man. Let me show you something. Hang on. Let me just let me go to the vault. Stand by a second. Keep the
Oh, he's
punters
gotta go to the
entertained.
vault. Yeah,
Keep
because
the
you
punters.
gotta, you
Keep
gotta
the
take that
punters
Rolex
entertained.
off. The peasantry. The peasantry. Here we go. Here we go. It's a nice loft he's got. Maybe a Steinway in the background there.
Keeping the punters entertained. Why are you not entertaining the crowd?
I'm standing by. You need a 1-minute clip.
Shit, you can't leave the screen blank. You can't leave the screen blank. Oh my god,
Dude,
don't you know anything about
you don't
television?
have action in the chat, bro. All right.
Okay.
What
Yeah, let me
do
show.
you
This is a
got?
real.
What do you got?
Okay, let me see.
3940. Let's see this fucking thing.
See that my friend is a real Patek Philippe, right? Right there.
It
Look at
is.
that.
You won up me. That you're not wearing it though. You're not wearing it.
No, you know why? Look at the movement.
240, too delicate, too fucking delicate.
No, because what happened is I need to get it serviced. The moon phase adjustment is no. It's something. Basically, this look. The watch is 20 years old, right? And I don't think it's ever been serviced, right? It's basically like I don't think it was the guy worked very much. So I gotta go.
You, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a couple of grand. It's gonna be like $3,000 plus. $3,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe more.
That might be gone for like a year. You know that.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I'm looking for a new perpetual calendar. Because listen, once I'm looking at
yeah.
No, you need
go
a standby.
Go simple. Go simple. Okay. The reason that thing fucked up is too delicate, bro. That's one thing I'm learning about these perpetuals. Very delicate, bro. Very delicate. If you fucking clap your hands too hard, your moon phase gets knocked out of fucking. Who knows? It's that grand lever. The way that thing is adjusted, dude. I don't know. When you talk to watchmakers, dude, that thing is just like it might as well be a museum piece. I mean, you could wear it, but it just seems like they get fucking.
No. I'm looking
easy,
for.
Dude.
Yeah, no. I'm actually. It's. I think with these perpetuals, basically you need to have two if you're going to wear a perpetual. It's sort of like back in the day when you had a Rolls or Ferrari, you had to have two because one was always going to be in the shop, so you needed one which you're going to drive. The other one is going to be, so you need basically two. But the movement is very useful. What I don't like about your watch, I'll tell you what I don't like about it. But it's not a cheap watch. It's what is that? That's like what's like $30,000.
Yeah, like mid-30s.
Yeah, it's
retails are around 38, but they're going a little under.
So here's what I don't like about it. I'll tell you what I don't like about it. First of all, the dial is very messy. You got a lot going on. You got a date window. There's a date window, which is a sacrilege. There's a little window for the date. It's like, what the fuck is that? It's like you got two. It's like you're mixing stuff. You got to have subdials or stuff. You can't mix a date. It's just too. It's not. It looks. It just. I don't know why. No, seriously, I'm not trying to.
Pull it up on the screen.
Why did you buy that watch? Is this something? Because it's a lot of money to put into a watch. Like, did you really like it that much? I mean,
I do. I really do. The case. I love everything about the case, the dial. The movement, everything about it. I mean, when you look at Patek, I was to me, it was between this and a 5226. The aesthetics
What
of
is it?
those two watches, that's the asphalt dial three-hander. You know, that
Hang on.
modern Calatrava with the Arabic numerals.
Wait, let me look. I don't know these numbers. Yeah, 5226 is the. Oh. The one with the funky texture dial.
Exactly. I kind of
You
debated
know,
between both of these, but to me, I just thought steel is rare, bro, and it's wearable. You can wear
it
this
is.
and
Yeah.
not be worried about, oh, I fucking hit it on the fucking doorknob or whatever the fuck, you know?
Listen,
Not that
listen,
you
listen.
should,
If
you
you're
know.
worried, listen, Keslowitz. Listen, if you're worried about hitting it, you can't afford it.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
gold.
True, true,
That's
true.
listen.
But wait,
Patek
I feel like
should
I'll
be
wear it
gold.
more often if it's steel.
Listen, here's the problem with that watch. It's on a strap, right? It's on a strap, right? Leather strap.
It's not serious until it's on a strap.
You're not going to go swimming in that watch. So it's here's the problem with the watch. It doesn't have any gold, so it's basically you got to have gold. It's got to be gold. Like a dress watch has to be gold. I don't want to hear about like steel, but unless you're gonna have a rubber strap, it's a sport watch. It's like a JLC
You
Polaris.
know, as someone looking at the auctions, the
Yeah,
steel Pateks always go
true.
for big money.
The vintage
They
ones,
age
not
well.
modern.
They age well. They're respected
Yeah,
by collectors. This is gonna
the
be
vintage,
timeless,
the
bro.
vintage.
I think this is a no-brainer buy, and especially for the price point, bro. For the price point, I think this is great. A great way to start in the brand.
Oof, 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 oof. Oh, what
40
is this
mil,
great way
bro.
to start?
40
What is this
mil.
bullshit? Great way to start? What are you?
Patek
Are you
is right.
drinking the Kool-Aid? Are you drinking the Kool-Aid from these
I just
dealers? They tell you, oh, you got to start. Because I was at the store, right? The guy.
Here, look. I
Because I
just
used
got
to.
the fucking. Here, look. I just got this. Here, look. This just came in. You see this
Yeah.
guy? Look, I'm getting all the fucking. You have one of these, bro? Nick
What is that?
Folks. Oh shit.
What
Oh,
is
the
that?
fucking thing with this.
What is that?
Oh fuck
What is
it. It's
that?
not gonna work.
Oh, it's a book.
It's a
Oh, it's the
checkbook.
book from who? Is it? Is it Nick Fawkes?
Yeah, exactly. I guess it's not
Oh yeah,
gonna
he's a
work.
great writer.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey. So
By the
you
way,
get the
Nick
point.
Fawkes is a big fan of two-tone.
Well, he's just. I don't know. He's a
Anyway, listen.
journalist.
No. That guy has great style. He's got great style. No,
Yeah.
this guy knows what's up. He really knows what's up. But okay, listen, this thing where they tell you, oh, get started in the brand. Oh, you get part of you get onto the ladder of. That's a bunch of
Right.
Kool-Aid. Okay, it's funny. I was at the store here, Patek, the deal or whatever. And
Where are you at?
Huh?
What part are you
At the
in
Wit.
the States or you're in
I'm not in the
Vegas?
state. I'm in Vegas. So the States is Vegas. I'm in America. It's
I don't know.
at
I
the
have no
Win,
idea.
right?
I have no idea.
No.
Gotcha.
So the guy shows me.
Yeah,
No, because they had, it's amazing because nobody had anything in the window for a long time. They had nothing anywhere, right? And then he's got the Nautilus Perpetual, right? That's the 5740, which is a beautiful watch. All right, beautiful watch. And
the blue dial.
yeah. Hold on. So I look at it, right? And
That's an incredible. That's what with the 240, right? That's a 240 movement.
Yeah, hang on. Is it up on the screen? Oh, hang on. Okay.
No.
So this is the watch, right?
Yes,
And
that's incredible.
yeah, and
So this is exhibition, or what's the deal here?
well, what is exhibition bullshit? I mean, they have it. It's there in the store. It's and they're not
They
the only guy.
sell
There's
them.
another.
They end up selling them.
Yeah, somebody's Oh, so here's the funny thing, right? So the guy.
Yeah.
By the way, he's a great salesman. He's a great salesman. I actually bought a Jacques Droz from this guy, right? A meteorite. That's the Jacques Droz. That's the only watch I ever bought at retail in my life, right? This guy's a great salesman. But he doesn't know the brand that much, whatever. But he starts telling me, like, I don't know if the guy thinks I fell off the banana truck or something, but he tells me, look, if you want to buy this watch, we don't just sell to anybody. First, you got to start with other watches. Then you get a Calatrava, then you get a this, then you get that, and then after 5-6 watches, you get offered, the Nautilus, the 5740. I'm like, okay, all right. Okay, listen.
The journey. You got to take the journey.
The journey. It's like the AP people with their journeys. Fuck their journeys. Okay. By the way, the whole thing, those prices, that spread it's compressing, right? The delta between it used to be always at a discount. Let me tell you something. The discount thing existed up until like COVID. It really did across the board, pretty much, unless it was a hype model.
Other than Rolex, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look. For this watch, before this, I had I bought the 5396 R. The
Annual calendar.
The blue dial with the diamonds, right? With the baguettes.
Very nice. That's a great watch.
And it was okay. By the way, at a big discount. I mean, from a great market deal, but a big discount from retail price, right? Unworn. And the watch didn't work, and then I ended up trading it for the perpetual. But the point is this, right? And that watch all of a sudden became more hot or whatever. And now it's whatever. The point is, those prices are all coming down. It's going to be back to normal. So I don't want to hear about journeys, but if I were to start with Patek, I mean, listen, my first Patek was a Calatrava. I think anybody who starts
with
Patek,
5196.
I had the one that Jack Welch, the CEO of GE, had, the one with the hobnail, the white
6119, or the previous generation, maybe the 5119.
I don't know. It was the 90s. I don't know. It was whatever. It was like a watch from that era.
Hobnail, sure.
A hobnail, two-hander.
Dude, nobody under 40 wants something like that. These are like old, dude. You got to get something bigger than that. 37 mil is gone, dude. It's dwindling. The market is dwindling.
No. It's just the opposite. No, it's just the opposite. It's coming back. It's going like all the young kids. I'm telling you. I mean, I actually have a sense of what's happening in the world. Like I'm really on top of trends. I really am. I'm not trying to brag. I'm not. This is not like I have certain talents.
Where are you hearing this? Who is telling you this?
That's my business. That's my business. That's okay. Like, listen, certain people have certain skills, right? One skill I have, it's the one few talents I have is, I know a new trend in culture, or whatever. That's what I'm very good at. I really am.
So you think people are going to start buying 37 mil Patek?
This is not showing. Okay, can you see? No, it's not showing. Okay, here's a Patek, right? 19. It's not showing. Okay. It's an ellipse. It's a it's the one that's
golden ellipse.
The Apple. Yeah.
Oh, interesting dial.
Yeah.
What's the ring? What's that ring? I've never seen that.
It's unusually. It's a rare. I don't like the basic ellipse. I want either funky shapes or something else. All right. So, yes, I got to get.
See, close back Patek. Ugh. Spend all that money, dude. Close back. Weak.
Let me show something. Onyx.
Black dial.
Small.
Very nice.
Onyx.
Tuxedo watch. That's beautiful.
No, you put on a different strap. Yeah, I mean, anyway. But here's the thing, right? The market is going towards small watches. If you look at what's happening, it's not me saying it. Look at guys. I'm kind of I'm not exactly a spring chicken, right? But if you look on Instagram, right, these like young collectors, young dealers, they're all pushing Breguet, vintage stuff. There's a guy. Check out this guy. You know what? Look at this guy. I just saw this thing. Danny's Vintage or something. Danny's Watches. He's a guy in his 20s. In New York, right? He's a dealer. That's what he's selling. He's selling small, the vintage stuff, Piaget. Because listen, that's where the market is going. You're late. You're behind the curve. I'm telling you, Kessler. I'm just.
Dude, I want to love it. Trust me. Dude, I want to get a 5140. I like some of these watches. But when I try it on, even 38 mil. Dude, recently I tried on that. It's the 4947. It's the denim dial. The denim dial, 38 millimeter stainless steel on a bracelet, modern production. My point is, it's a 38 mil. It still looks fucking small, dude. It still looks.
Let me see your wrist. Hold up your hand.
I have like a 7 1/4. So like 40 mil feels perfect. So when I go down to like 30, it starts looking small, dude. So when I go 37, it's like, dude, the only thing that's good about it is I feel like I could share it with my wife. That's the only thing I think I would like about a 37 mil. It doesn't
Listen,
fit,
listen.
dude. It looks
No,
small,
no,
dude,
no, no.
and it's
No.
hard
The
as fuck
problem
to
is this.
read. You think this is busy?
No, no. The problem is this. The problem is
When
this.
the leap year indicator goes over the fuck, it's like, what the fuck is happening?
No, the problem is this. When you're used to wearing, like when I'm wearing this, like a 40, a Rolex 40 for like a week, and then I go to
Right.
one of these, it's like, whoa.
That's what I mean.
It's like it feels, because you're used to. You're used to. But let me tell you something.
That's what I mean.
If we were having this conversation in 1996, in 1986, 1976, you would have been wearing a 36 mm, and you would have thought, oh, it's great. Nobody would have been saying, oh, it's small. Oh, it's no. You would have been wearing a 36.
Exactly. It's the problem is going back and forth. You know, if I only had 36 and 37, it'd be fine. I have a friend that wears a 36 Explorer. He actually went down from the 39. He prefers it, and he only wears the 36 now. And so my thing is, if you wear it all the time, then like it's fine. But going back to the 40, you nailed it. You know, that's when you notice the difference.
I don't. It doesn't bother me because I like a light watch. I like something which is on the wrist. I just feel just enough gold. I just want to feel like, that's why I like a gold dress watch, because I feel there's something there. Like it feels like more than it should weigh, but it's on a strap, so it's light. So I like that. I like that kind of sensation. But I have no. I mean, listen. I think bottom line, the stuff is going back. The watch that you have, this calendar, it's the one you showed me with the gravel, whatever called the gravel dot. It's actually, right. I mean, that's 5226. You know, I don't like it, whatever, but I understand what they're doing, whatever. Like I'm just not a fan of those. I'm not a fan of the new, and it's not because I don't like new stuff. I just think that Patek is kind of, they're known for elegance, right? It's supposed to be elegant, and elegant usually means simplicity. Elegance is about simplicity,
right?
Simplicity. So your dial is not simple. It's messy. It's got like stuff. Oh, it's like a mess flying around. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not trying to knock your watch. I'm saying that
busy. I'll give you that. It is busy. I think it's very legible though, even though it's busy.
No, but also I'll tell you what I don't like about it. It's a white dial. I hate white dials.
Silver opaline. It's not white. Silver. This is almost a cream. Okay. It's silver opaline, bro.
Yeah. No, it's.
As Mercedes would say, it's not tan. It's desert silver.
Desert silver. Yes. It's. It's funny. I remember the desert.
I had a Mercedes, and I'm like, oh, cool, it's gold. The guy goes, no, dude, it's desert silver.
By the way, the desert silver.
When I called your Rolex brown, you're like, no, that's chocolate.
No, by the way, the desert silver, that's an old man color for Mercedes. Yeah, that's the old man color.
Right. It's the cheap one. It's the most depreciated. You get good deals.
I don't know if it's depreciated, but it's the one that basically opened.
At the time, when I got mine, it was.
No, but when I bought my first, that was my first car. It was a new car, and I went to I never bought a car before, right? I mean, I just learned how to drive, right? I was like 28 by then, but anyway, I go to the dealer and I wanted that gold color because, I knew a guy who had one. I kind of looked up to him. It was kind of, I don't want to say mentor, but, kind of whatever. Like, and he had, it was like this Russian mob guy. He had the gold, the desert silver E-class. And I said, wow, that's a cool color. I like that. And then I went to and he said, no, man, you don't want this. Is like an old man color. And you got to go with silver, with black, and he was right. He was actually right. But that was it was a C320. I remember that C320. And it was, what a garbage Mercedes.
Yeah, totally. But I had the C240. Crap.
Oh shit! That's wait. 320 is. I didn't even know they went lower. 320 is kind of like, at least it's a respectable car. A 240 is like, what is it? That's like a 4-cylinder. I don't even know what that is.
Cheap.
I don't know what that is, but anyway,
I think it was a 6. It was a 6.
Yeah, so you gotta get. I mean, if you sold this watch, would you take a hit right now? I mean, that shitter. This weekly.
I got it. I got it at a good price. Weekly calendar. I want to keep it. I mean, would I take a hit if I sold it? Maybe a couple grand if I really needed to get rid of it quick, but nothing crazy.
But look,
but like you said, you need to have a second one. When you send it in for service, you got to have the second one ready. You see, you're exactly right. So you can't be dumping.
No. Here's the thing, though, right?
What do you get next? What are you eyeing up? Because you've owned a lot of stuff. So I'm curious.
I'm actually okay. So I'm a little bit biased now. Like I'm actually like okay. So these Pateks I showed you just now, right?
Yeah.
So actually, just so you know, we're gonna have the announcement coming. But the Watch Reporter website, the whole thing, there's gonna be a marketplace section, a marketplace where we're gonna be offering.
We're gonna hawk your shit. Okay.
We're gonna be offering vintage fine watches available for the punters at good prices. Right? Vintage, a curated selection.
Okay.
Curated selection, vintage, neo vintage. We got a Royal Oak dual time, yellow gold, solid yellow gold. Anyway, so I'm personally I have enough watches. Like right now, like
you got too many. When you came on Archie's, dude, your spread's too thin. You only got one wrist, bro.
No, you're right. No, you're right.
I get it. You went down the vintage rabbit hole. You experienced it. Now, I think it's consolidation phase.
But here's the thing. Okay, so let's say a watch like this. By the way, this is going to be in. I actually would keep it for my, but like this is going to be in the in the marketplace, right? But here's the thing. When it comes to vintage, I don't see any problem with having 10. I don't mind buying more vintage watches. Modern watches, there's really nothing that really, when you talk about the vintage watches, the way I look at the vintage stuff is, I do look at it as, first of all, I'm interested in the design, the art. Like I'm into art, right? So to me, this is kind of an extension. And at the same time, I know if you get it the right price, I know that I'm going to make money because I'm usually, again, I'm pretty good with these trends, knowing where they're going. So, but modern, I wouldn't buy modern now because like most of the things that I'm kind of, I like, I don't need them. And I think they're going to be going down. So like,
yeah, you're right about that.
I mean, I'm looking for, I don't want to put money into a watch and lose money. I'm not like, I'm not.
Dude, that's what makes this whole hobby kind of fun is a part of it is, that potential that you find that thing that starts going up, Not that that's what it's about, but it's you're lucky, It's like, oh, this one loses. Oh, this one won. Oh, this one loses.
Okay, so here's the thing. No, so
just see that the modern though is you're on a slow track down. That's probably why I want to get rid of a couple pieces myself. Just because, like, if you're not enjoying them, dude, you're just on a slow trend down. Whereas at least vintage, you have a fucking chance of like a slow trend up. Not that that's what it's about, but it makes you more comfortable psychologically spending the money.
Yeah. Well, again, listen, I look at it from the standpoint of, a lot of the modern stuff, like for example, I like the Rolex, the day-date Meteorite dial, right? I think it's a cool watch. The problem is they're still selling at a premium, and I do believe that they're going to be soon that delta between it's going to be going to a discount below retail where it always was, right? So why would I want to tie up that money in a watch that's going to basically be, forget about losing money. That watch is going to be dead money for 10 years. It's going to go nowhere, right? Because again, those.
But if you wear it though, that's the exception. I feel like if you're wearing it and you're enjoying it,
that's the dividend. That's the dividend.
Down a little.
No, that's the dividend. That's a dividend. But
there's no appreciation. Not wearing it, right.
No. So I wear everything. But here's the thing. So so the only watches I'm really interested in, like I would buy, is maybe like vintage, neo. There's a couple of neo vintage things I'm interested in, whatever. But like what.
Now you're talking pre-Patek Seal, basically.
I'm talking about So when I say vintage, my interest is in things from the late 60s to
way back,
80s. Yeah. I'm talking about like these are 60s, like these are 70s watches that I was showing you.
God, I just get scared, dude. I've never bought anything that old just because it's a fucking can of worms, dude. Like. I would only get something like that from like Eric Wind or like someone really fucking well known that I can sell back to or
Listen, the price. Here's the thing: you got to realize the price in these things is cheap. You're getting in for maybe under $8,000.
Sure.
You can get. You can find.
No, though it's going to be small though, dude. That's the whole thing.
Oh, that's right.
Like you got to. We're getting back to small.
You gotta get over the small. You gotta get over. No, you gotta get over the small. Look, I'll tell you
If I could get over it, I'd go 5140. I'd go 5140 platinum.
Yeah.
I think that's a
Take
great
a look at
buy
this,
right
by the way.
now.
Take a look at this. This is a great watch.
Yeah. Oh,
This
I
is
tried
the
this on. I've tried this on. This is the 5396 you were telling me.
the G, but this is the white gold
Yeah. Yeah.
with the diamonds.
With the diamond. Yeah, it's fantastic. Dude, this is amazing. This is probably gonna go out of production soon, if I had to guess.
I mean, white gold, gold and diamond. That's the right look. I don't know, but here's the thing. So this is the watch they should have made like 5 years ago instead of the rose gold, because if you're going to do diamonds and a blue dollar, you got to have a white metal. You can't do rose. It just doesn't. It clashes. It just doesn't work.
Rose gold, it was like a little bit.
I would have kept it. If I had this in white, I would have kept it.
Wow.
Yeah, that looks great.
I mean, that's an elegant watch.
You would get this, or you had this? What are you? You traded
No,
this one in, you said.
Yeah, that's the one I had, but I had in the rose gold. Not in it was the rose gold version.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I didn't like but this watch. I mean, if I had this, I would have probably kept, because the white gold and the diamonds, it looks great. Although I do believe that these things are going to depreciate. Also, they're going to be going below retail. For sure.
Yep.
But again, it's like the amortization thing. It's like a car, right? I want to buy something that's at the bottom of the amortization curve, so that there's no more downside left. I don't want to have any downside. Like, I want to buy a watch where I know that there's other things that sold as comps above it. Like, I want to buy something where I have an edge. I want to have an edge in the market. I'm buying vintage. Buy a watch like this, you're not going to come across another Patek Philippe Ellipse of this. What's the 80? Whatever the model, I forget. You're not going to find another one, because the condition is always going to be different. The vintage watches, they're all really different, because also they didn't make that many of them. They made very few. They really didn't make a lot.
So
that's why
would you say? What is a good vintage option at the bottom of the curve that appeals to the modern collector? Meaning exhibition case back, near 40 mils.
You're talking about Patek? You're talking about Patek?
Sure. Any. I mean, you know more than me about all these other brands. I
mean, I don't know.
Tell me what's a good buy? I saw I've heard about these Vulcain watches.
Oh yeah.
Vulcain.
Yeah, we had the Eric Wind talking about the Vulcain on our thing. Yeah.
See, there's some of those brands where I have no idea about, but when it comes to Patek, whenever I look at these vintage, bro, it's not appealing to me. They're all small. There's nothing, anything decent, like a 50, 70, they're just crazy money. You're just on both ends of the stratosphere. Yeah.
I think actually where you get good value right now, let's, for example, in perpetual, JLC, like the gold. If you're willing to do steel, then you have no problem. I don't like steel, but the gold, they have gold. The prices have gone up though. But they're all a little bit big. They're big. I think JLC is actually like one of the. I think they're a good value. I mean, again, it's like they're a great watchmaker. They're everything
Richemont,
about the watch.
Richemont. Oh, you got to go vintage.
No, I'm talking about actually the new one that they make, the Polaris Perpetual, which is huge. It's 41 million.
That's great. The blue with the gradient dial.
Yeah, they have one now with the colors are just. I don't like the colors. They have a green one. It's weird. But the watch, I think it's an amazing watch. I would love to buy it if the price dropped. Like,
really?
Into the 20s.
I don't know. That's not going to age well, dude. I don't know.
That's the thing. That's the thing I'm concerned about, because that watch does look very like, of the moment. It looks of the moment.
Agree.
It looks like, which the dial. I don't know. There's a couple things about it. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know about that one. But no, I think this watch.
It's appealing. I know what you mean. It's very sporty. It's cool to see a sporty perpetual calendar, especially on a bracelet. That's quite.
And it's got a timing function.
Yeah, I remember one thing that shitted me off when I tried it on. It has like the warning, the warning of when not to adjust it.
That's good. That's good.
I know, but it's fucking obvious. You know, you should know. You read the manual. Okay,
I don't know.
don't do it until 9 a.m.
I don't know. Who knows? Listen. I actually think that they do very. You know what I like about them also is it tells you the time. It also tells you the year. The year, like 2024.
Right.
So think about it.
Right.
Watch every year. You're gonna see. You know, it's crazy.
I remember at the boutique they told me that they are already made the wheel to change out to 2200 or some bullshit like that. Like they already have the parts. Who gives a fuck? Right? But selling, marketing.
I'll tell you what I think is a good action. You know what? Oh, so speaking of what's a good
JLC
deal,
though, bro. I can't wear JLC, bro. I mean, that's cool to recommend to people, but personally, Patek.
Really? Why?
Patek.
Why? What's wrong with the JLC?
Richemont. It's
Who's
the whole
telling you this stuff? Who's telling you
watchmakers.
this?
I see it for myself. You see the movements. You see how they're made. It's just not. It's corporate. It's corporate. It's corporate.
What do you think Patek is?
Cannon
Yeah,
fodder. Cannon fodder.
Listen, don't believe this
but
thing
you
about
have
the
more
little
prestige.
family, quaint little family, you know, cottage thing. You got a massive multi-billion-dollar factory with Chinese kids, parts coming from China. I mean, come on, don't believe this Patek, you know, family business bullshit.
They're still only making 90,000 watches a year, 100,000 watches a year. It's still for the quality. It's pretty amazing.
Who? JLC? You're talking about JLC?
Patek.
I think JLC also makes about 100,000, 90,000. They don't make a lot of watches. No, if you're talking about like
the only JLCs I've seen that even come close, and they're not even there, are the duo metres. Those are garbage. Pretty amazing.
Have you seen
finishing though? It's not there.
Wait.
It's not there.
Who cares? Okay. You know what I think is actually could be a good buy here? Again, I don't know too much. Richard Mille. The early examples.
This looks cool.
In
gold.
Wear
that.
No, by the way, it's huge. It's like it's 40, no 50. I don't know. It's a big.
50.
It's actually a big
Holy
watch.
shit.
No, I think that's only the length. It's like it wears like a 42, I think 42. But this one in gold, right, with a gold case, it looks amazing because you know it's got this. It is actually a cool watch, and I think they're gonna drop down to like maybe into the 60s, and I think in the 60s, it could be a good speculation because you know I think Richard Mille is here to stay, and people are gonna look back at some point and say, wow, you know, they're gonna look back at this and they're gonna want to, and these are much more useful designs. Look at this. I mean, this is timeless. You know, I mean, look, you know, as timeless as Richard Mille gets. No weird colors, no like in the rose gold. It looks, you know, it's a great watch. So it was 50 to 100, sold at 84. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look what else I have. Hang on, I think they had a couple pieces here. Oh, this is the Bruno Mars. You know about this watch that Bruno Mars gave to his people?
No. Oh, that's pretty sad. So the guy sold it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he basically, I don't know. I don't think I ever heard any of his songs, but apparently, I mean, I read their catalog notes. You know, so he did a tour, I think, back in whenever, like 5-8 years ago, and all his bandmates or whatever, he gave him these watches. And he's got the special. He ordered this thing, you know, with the rotor.
Oh, look at that. Custom.
He's got a custom rotor, and it says Magic World Tour 20, whatever the hell that means. The Magic World Tour, you know. And I think he ordered, how many did he order? Like 12 or something? Whatever it is. Anyway, bottom line is one of these guys ends up selling the watch. You know.
Right.
So
what a disaster.
It's sold at the low end of the range.
That's kind of a weird thing. I don't know. That's kind of odd to wear someone else's. Whatever. I guess it's Bruno Mars collectible. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I mean, without the Bruno Mars thing, it's worth like I think they're about 90 grand or whatever. So you know, it was like a little bit of a
so it
premium.
went for more than no kidding.
No, it got a little premium because because of the Bruno Mars, but not as much as they were hoping for. And the estimate was
Right.
100 to 200,000. So it sold for 100 basically. It sold at the low.
Right.
Yeah. So but I'll tell you, this would be too small for you. The 3800. Oh, this is a Tiffany doll, yeah. No, actually, I tried this on. And I realized, man, it for me it felt small, and it's like a 36 whatever.
Mm.
But the jumbo, the main one, is what is like 30. I mean, this thing is great. 40 millimeter.
Yeah.
In two-tone would be great. And we're gonna wrap up here.
I hear those are delicate.
Which ones? The 3700s?
The jumbos.
The jumbos, yeah. I mean, listen. What are you planning to do with these watches? When you say delicate, what exactly are you planning to do? Like, what are you planning to do?
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't know. You just it's just a psychological thing, The fucking thing will break, Just
I mean, listen.
Can I do this?
I mean, yeah. I mean, listen. It's no problem. I mean, it's don't do anything crazy. And the watch is fun. But okay, so we got perpetuals. This is the what is this? Yeah, these are big. This is what you like, right? What is this? 30. No, wait, this is weird.
This is like 36, 35 or 36, right?
Wait. I don't know what this is. I think this is some sort of. It's a new watch, but they have I don't know what's called. It's a smaller size, 35. It says 35 millimeter. I don't know if that's correct. Do they make them smaller now?
Yeah, 5039. I've seen these. That's correct.
They make a small version of this?
I don't think there's a bigger one.
No. The perpetual now is like I think it's like 41 millimeter. The one that they make. Maybe this is a different layout.
The 5327 with the Breguet numerals.
Yeah,
that one's 39. Yeah. That one's 39 mil.
Yeah. Okay, so that's big. I think but it wears big. Yeah. I'm not a Breguet numerals. I'm not into this Breguet numeral bullshit.
What do you think of these? You're passing some options that I would consider. That's the one we were just talking about. There you go. 5374. Now that's different. That's the minute repeater. It looks the same. It has the same Breguet numeral, so it throws you off. But
yeah,
similar dials. Sorry,
big money. 700 to $1.2 million for a minute repeater. That's a lot of money.
That's crazy. I think retail is like $500 in the 500s, if I'm not mistaken. But
yeah, I actually think this minute repeater thing for like these. I think it's very overpriced for like.
Well, some of these are application pieces, though, so you can't just walk in.
No. But it's like like what are you getting for the money? Like when you look at the watch, does it look like it's worth
Sure,
$500?
right? No, it's got to be scroll. It's got to be cool to you, right? Scroll up a little bit. What did you think of? Like what do you think of that Pilot right there?
Yeah, I don't like. I hate that. No. Again, I'm really like. Again, I did a whole video on this. I'm really against this whole.
It's not your classic. I know you don't like new shit. Okay, scroll up. What about the world time?
Oh, you got fans, Kesslowitz. You got fans. You got fans. Can you say, "Hey, boys"?
We need super chats. All right, so scroll up a little bit here. There was a world timer that you passed. What do you think of that?
This guy. Do you see what he's saying? This is guy. Us cool kids don't want to look like big Invicta wearing boomers. Okay.
Exactly.
Craig should also. The age of 48 millimeter Panerai is over. It's all over.
Very true.
It's all over. Schick and farts. This guy, yeah. Class. Yeah, this guy looks like a cool kid, right? Yeah. Black two-tone. Yeah. No. Yeah. Listen, let me tell you something. What you need to do is you need to just get yourself a Patek vintage dress watch, like you may have to start with like a Calatrava, like the hobnail.
Oh, dressy.
No,
Scroll up a little bit. You passed a world timer that I liked. I would actually consider getting something like that. It needs to be more casual. I need to be able to wear t-shirt and shorts and get away with it. You got to be able to pull it off for a Costco run. A little bit higher.
Yeah.
There's something. Oh, that's a fucking special limited edition. Yeah, that's 5230.
Oh, Bogota.
Wow, that only sold for 36. What the hell for the limited edition?
Yeah, but it's a Colombian Bogota. What are you, a Colombian drug dealer? I mean, No, I mean, it's actually. I mean, here's a problem. Let me tell you my issue with this watch.
Tell me.
The
240.
fonts.
This has your 240. You can't knock it for that. It's got the same movement as the Perpetuals.
Yeah. No, but here's the problem with the watch, right? The problem is the fonts. Look at these fonts. They're very ugly. The fonts are terrible.
No, it's not. That looks great. That's classic. That's what you want. All right, you can knock my font because it's the handwritten font. I'll give you that. But this is the classic typography that you like.
No, it's horrible. This typography is horrible.
Okay. What else?
It's
not that bad. That's
have you seen the JLC World Time, the limited edition?
Not sure. Maybe you'd have to pull it up. I'm not sure.
I'll pull it. No, but okay. But the watch they have, what is it? It was some sort of like. Oh, here we go. Okay, here. Okay, this is the watch.
But you got to admit, as a padded collector, the World Time is like one of the quintessential complications.
Nah, you drinking the Archie Kool-Aid. You drinking the Archie Kool-Aid. No, really. I'm telling you, the guy doesn't know.
Kevin O'Leary said that. Kevin O'Leary.
Okay, seriously, Kevin O'Leary knows nothing about watches. I mean, he really has no taste. I mean, this is a guy that wears cheap black suits. He's got these. He looks like a fucking like a discount funeral parlor worker. He's like a discount funeral parlor salesman with those fucking bad collar pins. The guy has no taste. I mean, no, seriously, Kevin O'Leary knows nothing. I mean, he's just a guy with money. I mean, he basically just buys stuff. He has no taste.
All right, talk to me about that. I do like the look of this JLC. This looks insane. Talk to me about this.
So this is it's a World Time tourbillon.
Right.
It's a World Time tourbillon, and the tourbillon moves around the whole planet. By the way, this is a limited edition, right? This is like a $200,000 watch, right? But look at this. I mean, shit, they go through the whole thing, but they do very good work.
This is a great video.
Yeah. The watch is great. I mean, this blows away anything that Patek is doing.
This. So
this blows away. Look at that.
That's the cloisonne application.
You see the details? Right? Now that's a good font. That is a good font. That's the proper font.
Dude, it's like the same thing.
No. A subtle difference. Is a little nuance.
This is crazy, but this has got to be $200,000 or more.
Yeah, 250, whatever,
But dude, the padded World Time is $30,000.
Oh, by the way, it's your size. It's like 42 millimeter.
That's an insane watch, but dude, I can't afford. That's fucking in the stratosphere, dude. That's
no. I'm just showing you. I'm just showing you what a real. Like you're knocking JLC, but they're actually. You gotta see. Here's the thing, right?
Dude, I agree. No, JLC at the highest level, it's like Breguet. Yeah. They compete, but dude, they're on like the two ends of the fucking.
I would say better. No. Breguet doesn't compare. I think. Breguet, the thing I have about
like they're making like $5,000-$10,000 watches, and it's like that's what everybody wants. They need to make more of those, and then they make these like $300,000. Like, who the fuck is buying these? Like, I don't know. You only have like 5 to 10 customers a year buying these like tourbillons at full retail. I don't know.
Yeah, it's what it worth. Here's the thing. The thing, my issue with the dial, it's a little bit. It's an over. It was a novelty when it came out in the 1950s. It was a novelty, right? It was interesting, but like it just, I find the new ones like I never actually. Even the old design, I don't think is that like, oh my god, like, oh my god, this is. I mean, I appreciate it for whatever, but like. It doesn't. It really like this watch. It is JLC. this is a special watch
100%.
for world time.
They probably only make a few of those, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think they're making 10.
Give me 1 second here. Let me get something to drink.
Or 20. 10 or 20, I don't know. This guy doesn't know how to run a production. We got to keep the punters entertained. I mean, you can't leave a black screen. I mean, what is that? This is, unbelievable. Anyway, what do you guys think of the JLC? What do the punters think of the JLC? Leave your comments below. And by the way, guys, make sure you're getting a free weekly newsletter. Click the link in the video description below. We got this week, what do we have coming out? We did an article. We have a big thing about dual time watches that came out yesterday. We're going to be doing a thing about quorum, the coin watch, the president watch. We got prices, also exciting stuff in there. Hey, what can you lose? It's absolutely free. There it is. There he is. All right. So I was just talking about the newsletter. You got to get that weekly newsletter for all the.
Bro, nobody opens emails. What is that? Newsletter.
What? Newsletter.
Who's opening? It's people have like spam filters for that shit now.
Why? What plan are you on?
I'm just telling you. Do it here. Do the newsletter here. Do it live.
People love newsletter. They love to read email newsletter. It's a big thing. It's a big thing. Yeah, I don't know what planet you're on. You got a weekly calendar watch, which you got a weekly calendar. You don't know about email. I mean, I don't know really. Like I can't. I don't know what. Look, I don't know what I'm dealing with. Like it's like you're like completely. You're
tomato can.
Yeah, you're like a tomato can. I mean, it's like, listen, people in LA, they're in a different mindset. It's like, were you born in LA? You're an LA native.
Winners. Yes, I'm one of the few.
Yeah. So look, in LA, it's like a different, the mindset is very, they're all out. They're all, I don't know what the fuck they're coming. They're going. Yeah.
Get it out.
No, I mean, I don't know. We don't know if they're coming. I don't know what's up. People in LA is just, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, hang on a second. So what is this? Emails too challenging for cat. Too challenging. Only
no,
too
I'm just
challenging.
saying newsletters. Like I'm not getting my news from a fucking email.
Oh, this is very exclusive. Look, this is very exclusive. We're talking about. Listen, it's not for you. I'm not here to sell you. I'm not here to sell you. You don't want to. I'm not here, you don't need to buy it.
I'll take a look.
It's not for you. Anyway,
I thought you said for free. What's going on here? We're flip.
Hold on. We're talking about world time. Let's go back to world time. So basically, you were saying world time.
Yes.
Look, the problem is, no, seriously, and I'm telling you this in reality. You've been drinking the Archie Kool-Aid, right? You've been drinking the Archie Ladyboy juice and shower, and the guy has. Listen, he really has no taste. This is a guy that had at one point 5 Calatravas. Who buys 5 Calatravas? I mean, they're all. Remember that point? And he denies it. I mean, they were all like, one had a date, one was a yellow. Who the fuck buys 5? We're talking about modern Calatravas.
He's a connoisseur.
I mean, they're worthless. And then he buys the world time because he wants to be. He's an international travel. The guy for 99. All he needs to know is the time in Bangkok. That's the only place he goes, right? Bangkok or whatever, bangers, honkers, whatever. He's not going.
Gotta love him. He knows. He acts like he doesn't know these days, but he's forgotten more about watches than most people know. He actually does know a thing or two.
No,
he's lost some of the enthusiasm. I love him though.
No, listen. A lot of people know. Look, it's not. A lot of people know about it. The thing about watches. It's not difficult to build a knowledge of a lot of stuff. It's really not. Like you had that kid, was it the Pillsbury Doughboy? The Pillsbury Doughboy with a Taliban beard. Marco, the little Marco, whatever. Bobby Google, I think they called him. But so that guy was like, what is he, like 20 years old? He knows a lot about he Googles stuff quickly while he's in a live stream. That was the Archie thing that but it's very easy. It's very easy to,
You're talking
because there's a lot of information online. You can get a lot of information. You can know, but what you cannot know, and this is Archie's weakness, and this is the weakness for a lot of people, is they really don't understand where the trend is going. They don't know where the trend is moving, because to know that you have to understand. And you have to understand, kind of like, I don't want to use the word fashion, but these art watches, all these things it's a fashion, right? You have to kind of know where the trends were, where they're going, because you really have. And he doesn't understand that. Very few people understand that. I'm one of those few people that actually does know that. I don't know. I mean, you tell me about reference numbers.
I think Archie is more of he's an opportunist. Like, he only buys from a few dealers. A good opportunity comes up, he'll get it.
The guy's buying like basically weird shitter watches. He's got He got 3 chronographs, like tomato can watches.
World time is not shit. You got to give him credit. The world time is not shit.
No, the world time. Okay. The white gold. Okay, so here's the thing.
The only thing you've said is that the font is bad.
The font, I don't like the font. The watch is just like
that's it. The case. Everything about
the case. No, there's nothing wrong with the case. There's nothing wrong with the case. I think the hands are kind of interesting.
For 30 grand, that's great buying in the Patek market. You gotta admit. That's the thing. When you're looking at the price point that it sits
right, but why? Okay, but here's the way I look at it is this, right?
Okay. What would you rather have, a day date or a world time? Same price point. Day date 40, modern 40.
No, I'm not. You're comparing. You're making the wrong comparison. You're making the wrong comparison. So
I'm just looking at what people look when they look to spend 30 to 40,000 in watches.
That's your mistake. See, that's your mistake. No, but that's your mistake. You're basically saying I'm going to spend 30 grand on Patek, whatever. No, there's so many choices. There's a million choices. So look, why do you have to spend?
You can't afford all these choices. Maybe you can't afford 150. Maybe you can't afford 200,000.
No. Why can't you spend 20? Why do you have to spend 30? Why don't you buy a travel time for 20? A travel time, Patek travel time.
Which one? Which travel time? For 20 grand?
The one I have one, the same one. Yeah, the 50. What is it? The 50. What is it? The 53. What the hell? What's the number? 50. Oh shit. Hang on a second. I'll tell you.
When it comes to modern Patek, you really need to spend like at least 30 to get into the good stuff.
No, you listening. You drinking like not cool.
I'm looking myself. I'm not drinking anything. I've shopped myself. I see what's out there. Yeah, you can spend 20, but you're going down to like 5196 territory.
Oh no. Hang on. Okay, so
it's like different. It's almost like a different tier.
You see the watch? You see that watch?
Yeah, I do.
That's the dual time, the white gold. And by the way, it's a big size. It's like a 30. It's a 38 millimeter. It's a big size.
Okay. And platinum makes up for the size a little bit. This is interesting. I've never seen this. I appreciate you showing me.
Well, because you're listening to Archie. Because you're drinking the Archie Ladyboy juice. You're drinking Archie's juice and shower material.
Have you owned this? Have you held this? Talk to me. How do you know about this?
I own it. I'll show you the video. Hang on a second.
No kidding.
Is it this? Yeah, I got it. Hang
on. Open case back?
Yeah, hang on. I'll show you the video.
I like the classic Dauphine hands. So the subdial at 12 o'clock, that's your dual time? Or is that a 24-hour?
That's my watch, yeah. So there.
So you have a yellow. Interesting.
Yeah,
that
yellow
fits you
gold.
Well, bro. It's got long.
I like the yellow gold. The lugs. It's a big watch. Look, you got a dual time, so you got a second hand, right? That ghost hand. That's the one that basically shows you the time. Yeah.
I see.
And at the
painted?
top,
Is it painted? How is it? I gotta see a different angle.
No. It's like a skeleton hand almost. It's like a skeleton. It's like a thin. You understand what I'm saying? It's like,
yes.
and in the
There's nothing there.
at
I got you.
right, and the 24 hour tells you the that's your day night indicator basically for that second hand or whatever.
Sure.
And you got pushers on the sides, so you can adjust that time. No, let's say let's say.
Can I tell you? I much prefer that than using a tool.
Yeah, and it's got a display back. It's 20 grand. It's a manual wind, by the way, which I like manual wind.
Oh, interesting. So it must look great.
Yeah, I love manual wind. Yeah, look at this. Fucking hell. By the way, it's a modern. That's a modern looking watch, right? Like it's a big. It's a modern.
What year was the production?
I think they stopped in 2000. I don't know. It's like they did it for a couple of years, like 5 years. Yeah, they did this for about 5 years, and they come in white gold, yellow gold, I think rose gold also. Let me
and
see,
platinum, right? What you were showing me that YouTube video, I think was the platinum, right? That looked good.
Yeah, I put on a green shark skin strap,
and it comes on the deployant.
Yeah, of course, it comes in deployant. What do you think? I'm buying a cheap watch here?
Well, some of them come stock with the Tang buckle,
No. So, but let me explain to you. Okay, so when you look at the watch,
so yeah, tell me.
Right. So when you look at the watch, it's a modern-looking watch. The design is modern. You see that 3 and the 9; those are modern fonts, sans serif modern fonts.
Yeah, I get some Explorer DNA there.
No, fuck Explorer. It has a very it has just a very modern aesthetic. The whole watch, it's the whole feel. And it's got crown guards. It's got little crown guards. You see that? So it's got a very timeless but modern aesthetic.
That does make it more modern. I'm with you on that. Why did you choose yellow gold? You're kind of a yellow gold guy, I noticed.
No, not at all. No. Look. Okay, so I got the yellow gold because I like that watch on yellow gold. I would have gone rose gold, whatever, but I find the white gold for that watch with a white dial too sterile. If it was a blue dial, I'd be okay with white. But I don't, I need to have a little bit of color. I got to have some color.
Sure. The platinum one interests me. I'll have to do some research on that. That's really interesting. Bob's Watches has one for $22,000, and they're usually pretty overpriced.
Yeah, Bob's Watches. I don't know, but here's the thing with this. So this watch, again, modern watch.
I like that skeleton hand, bro. And I like how they kept it at the same shape as the Dauphine.
No, it's great. By the way, I love the dolphin hands. That's the thing. The dolphin hand is great. I love
classic Patek, right? Hey, dolphin hands.
Do you have dolphin hand? Oh yeah, but then you got that other stupid hand. You got that like polo mallet thing that goes.
Yeah, they're doing that. They put that on the new World Timer with the glass hand. Did you see that? The glass hand. I
don't know. They could have done it more elegantly. It's just not. It's not an elegant look. I don't like it. It's too. But anyway, so back to the question, right? So you're saying, you got to spend 30 grand. You can get a great. You just got to know about what to get. But that watch, I think, is a much better alternative to the World Time. I think it's a more elegant watch.
But bro, I'm looking. It says 36 mil, not 38. It says 36.
No, it's not. It's 38. No, it's no way.
The platinum. Maybe it's just the platinum I'm looking at. Maybe it's a type.
No. It's not 36. No, it's a big. Trust me, it wears like that 5396 basically.
Show me. Did you record the case back? Let me see the back. I'm interested. The manual.
Yeah, I have it.
It must look good if it's manual.
Yeah. Let's see.
Interesting.
Let me see. I may have it. Let me see. I don't know. I have it. I know I have it somewhere.
Because I'm planning on selling that Cermet soon, so I'm gonna put some funds together for this second Patek.
I think you should get rid of this weekly. I mean, the weekly is really the weak link. That's the weak link. It's the weak link.
I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong. But this is an interesting. See the 3.9, bro. I think it works better without.
Oh, there we go.
On the
You see,
platinum
okay.
one, they went. Fuck, that is small for the case, dude. It doesn't fit the case.
Oh, get out of here! Oh, jeez,
It looks like you're looking through a. It looks great. I gotta tell you, it looks. Yeah. So that's a 215. Is that 215 or 3? Yeah, 215. What movement is that?
You're asking about the movement?
Yeah.
Who the fuck do I know? I don't care about that.
I thought you're into this shit.
Nah, I don't give a shit about that. I mean, it's Patek. I mean, it's good. What do I
does look good. Right. Hey, when you simplify it, that's pretty much it, isn't it? So
I mean, yeah, I don't know about details like that. Movement. Who gives a shit? Like, what's the who gives a shit. No, but yes. So there's
maybe that's probably why you're not into the modern though, because you kind of have to be into that to appreciate some of these modern advancements. with the silicon and some of their other.
Why? For what? What is it going to do? I mean, anyway, I'm not like a Luddite where I'm against. No, if I don't care if silicon or whatever, I have no problem with it.
Dude, like -3 +2 guaranteed by Patek. That's
what is that?
That's something the vintage you never. The accuracy, they guarantee the accuracy of the watch -3 +2 seconds a day.
Hold on a second. I don't buy a watch for. I don't wear a watch for accuracy. If I want accuracy, I look at my phone. I mean,
I know, but it's a cool factor. It's the fact that it can do it.
Oh my God! It's
poetic.
You're missing the thing. It's
no.
I mean, listen. By the way,
when your vintage watch is off by 10 minutes a week, doesn't that shit you off?
No. Hold on. Oh, all my watches. I gotta tell you, all my watches are pretty much on the money. Like, by the way, especially Pateks, even the vintage Pateks are very, very accurate. These 1970s, yeah. No, they're great.
Okay.
Let me see, 5070J.
So that's the manual one chrono, and that's a beautiful piece. Out of all the chronos, modern chronos, I think that's the hardest one to get. They made the least of those compared to
what is this? The 5070J. I don't know.
That's the manual wine chrono.
Yeah. My thing with chronos, if I were to get a chrono, I think just get a Daytona. I mean, go best of breed. Like Daytona is, best of breed. And if I'm going to wear a chronograph, right, I want a sport watch. I don't want a dress watch. I mean, because I'm assuming it's used for, you're out there somewhere, you're timing things, right? You're not like in a boardroom timing, whatever. You get a Daytona. I think. I don't
know. Though. I think that with the 5070 though, the manual wine Patek chronographs and the Lange chronographs, like all the datagraphs, I think those have the most beautiful looking movements. Just from a visual, just from a wow factor. Like you look at just how those.
Oh shit! Are you one of these? Okay. Oh, the movement guys. Oh my God. I mean, it's like the Lange thing. The watch is ugly. Wait, the watch is ugly. But wait till you see the movement. The watch is ugly. It's a dog with fleas. But wait till I take it off. Wait till I take it off. All these Lange, all the first thing they do is they take it off. Look at this, because the watch is so fucking ugly. It's like that guy Higgins. I mean, guy Higgins with his ugly watch. I mean, he's got that massive watch. I mean, it's like it's a guy with like an ugly wife. I mean, the wife is absolutely hideous. He says, but listen, she's great at doing laundry. I mean, that's what it is, basically. I mean, you want a woman who's gonna do your laundry, who's gonna, iron your shirts. But there's a lot more. I mean, that's like just table stakes. You know what I mean?
Right. That's good.
There you go. There you go. All right, Kessel. Listen, we're gonna wrap it up. Are you gonna join? Are you gonna join the dark side and start doing your little presentation things for this channel here? I
didn't even know you were. I just randomly saw you were live, so I didn't know you were. I didn't know you were regularly.
No, we do live. Listen. Look, we're all about here. Serious watch. So this is not. We don't talk about like, you know, random shit, but like, this is not one of these channels where 99% of is mental masturbation, you know, groomers, masturbators, you know, also degenerates. No, this channel is all about like a real, you know, it's 97% watches. Yeah, there's a little bit, you know, we go off talking about laundry, but you know, 97% is serious watches.
Yeah, man, I'd love to do some watch talk.
What do you?
Thanks for showing me this 5134. I like learning about.
Yeah. No, this is listen up. This channel, you know, this is the channel. I think once people will see the light, this is the real channel. This is the channel where they get enlightenment. They get enlightenment. It's not the dark ages of you know, the other Mickey Mouse tomato can channels. You know, it's a bunch of guys. They all have their Speedmaster. Oh, you gotta have a Speedy. You gotta have a Speedy. You know,
I gotta have. I had the Speedy. I got rid of it.
It's another thing. It's another piece of garbage. I mean, I would get rid of that. I mean, like I'd get rid of like. I think I saw you had like I should do a review of your collection because I think you had like 5 watches, like all like.
Right.
Actually, the one watch that you have, which I think is good, is that what do you call it? The Glashütte.
Oh yeah, the CQ.
Is it the blue dial though? Is it the blue dial?
I have the black with the faux patina.
Oh, fuck that. Not one watch. Yeah. No, but the blue dial two-tone. I actually like that watch on the silk.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
the Sunray blue dial. You know, Glashütte, they make their own dials. They have their own dial manufacturer, and that Sunray finish is quite unique to them. But are you looking at the? You're looking at the big one, the 43.
No, I can't wear it. No, I can't wear it. No. So I tried on.
I got the 39.5 just because I couldn't pull off the 43. But it sucks because the 43, you know, it's just better specs all around.
And it has the display. It's got the display back.
Huge, yeah.
Right. So I looked at that watch. Or I think I have a video. I did on the channel. I did a video comparing.
Big date.
Right. Hang on a second. Glass. Anyway, I did a video because the problem with that watch is it's on the gray mark. Again, I was interested in the two-tone, blue dial two-tone on the strap. It looks amazing. But on the gray market, it's about $9,000. Retail, they wanted like $12,000. I was like, 12? Are you kidding me? Because I can get a Rolex. My Rolex, the Submariner, the King Tut, was $9,000. Right? I know. Okay, it's an older watch, but that watch, you know, listen, Rolex is Rolex. The Glashütte, the Glashütte, nobody knows that brand, right? I mean, like if you want to sell that watch, good luck. Good luck. And Rolex is, you know, it's reliable. You're never going to go wrong with Rolex. The problem with it is, you know, it's a victim of its own success. Like every crayon eater has the Rolex Submariner. It's
the thing, man.
You know, it's a victim.
That's why I want to get rid of some Rolex. I just don't like what it says about you. You know, when you're wearing it. I like the watch. I like it. I like when I'm wearing it, and I'm like, that's dope. But when I go anywhere wearing it, I notice it when I see other people wearing it. Like
that's right. They're all losers.
Wearing a Panda, like, and I just go, I never even met the guy, but I'm just sorry. You know,
yeah, he's got the cargo shorts, the flip flops, you know, with the dirty feet, the tattoos, like JJ, basically JJ. I mean, JJ
is cool. JJ is cool.
He's nice.
JJ,
I like it because who the fuck wears a baseball cap indoors? I mean, what the fuck is that all about? Why would a grown man wear a baseball cap? For what?
Dude, on a film set, I'd say more than half the guys are wearing hats indoors.
Indoors.
It hides the balding. You see the balders.
Come on, this gives a shit. Anyway, no. Listen, the problem is, the Submariner. You see all the wrong people wearing that watch, or in fact, every Rolex, pretty much, except for the Yachtmaster. No, the Yachtmaster.
Right there, dude. If you have that bracelet on, you're in the fucking group, dude. That's how I see it. I mean, the only time you can wear a Rolex and not try to be a part of the whole is like a Cellini or the new 1908. Then it's like, all right, not that I would wear that, but
Garbage.
then at
It was
least you're
garbage.
differentiating yourself from all the sports
Yeah.
models and
Yeah. No. It's no. The Rolex thing is it's a victim of its own success.
I think
I
it's
like the
gone away,
blushing.
dude. I think it's all gone bye. I think this new factory. Even I was at an AD, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're expanding. We're opening a new location." I'm just thinking like, these are going to be so widely available. It's a sinking ship, dude. I don't think it's going to be as popular as it
They
is
were
right now.
always widely available. There was just less. I mean, what it would call
The
per
last
capita,
5
whatever.
years, last 6 years, yeah.
No, but they were always Rolex was always a mass-produced thing, very high, very good, very. I mean, it was a very smart company. I mean, it's really, but it's like a Louis Vuitton bag, right? A lot of women wear the Louis Vuitton, and it looks cool, right, with the logos, whatever. I think it looks great, right? Like, but it's a mass-produced good, right? It's a mass-produced good. It's I don't know. It's one of those things. It's anyway. But let's do a recap of your collection. You could pull up your little slide. But how do you make that slide? By the way, what do you use to make that slide?
Canva, a website called Canva. It's very simple.
Oh,
You can create different templates. It's free. You can
yeah, I
just
have
start
to
with a blank and just drag and drop. Just go Google Images and drag and drop the shit over, and you can
Oh,
crop
I
it.
didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's about. Look, Rolex. Here's the thing. No, Rolex is basically like it is. I think men generally do not make. They don't make fashion. Wild. They don't. Very conservative. Most guys very conservative. They all wear. The blue shirt, beige pants. They're very conservative. The baseball cap. They all wear. I mean, it's a fucking uniform. Any industry you go to, the men all dress the same. Like in finance, you got the bros with now they all wear the fucking vest, the fleece vest with the dress shirt, no top. Like it's with the fucking same shoes. In LA they all wear the stupid like it's always like what is it? Some logo. There's got to be some stupid logo thing with it's something. What is it, like one of these like? But it's not too. Every industry, but they all look like they're from they're all part of the same group. And I think that's the problem with the Rolex. That's what look. That's one of my watches. I like different stuff. I don't want to. I just don't want to be a sheep. I don't want to be part of the sheeple. You know what I mean? It's like that's my philosophy.
I'm with you on that. I like that. I like that philosophy.
But anyway, look. All right, young man. I'm going to let you go. We're gonna say good night to the punters. You got your homework, right? You get the travel time. That watch, 20 grand, full set. You can get right now. And get rid of
it. I'll do some shopping. I'll have to find it and see it in person. But.
Yeah, get rid of the weekly, get rid of the Kermit, whatever. And what else do you have? You have the Speedmaster's garbage. Also.
I already dumped
garbage.
That. I had that a long time. Explorer 139, and I got the Batman.
I think
that was my first watch from the AD.
Yeah.
That's my first. I thought there's a sentimental connection with that one.
Okay.
That's a good one. It's a good one. You know what? The GMT is way better than the sub. You got to give you that.
Yeah, I think the GMT
on the you're just talking about being you don't want to fall in with the sheep. Yeah, you're already like that with the Rolex, but at least the GMT is a little. I don't know.
No, it's different. But it's a different function. It's a different function. It doesn't have a timing function, right? So it's like, also, I don't like the blue and the black. I find that I don't like that combination. Blue and black is like,
dude, that's the whole essence though of the GMT, though, to show you night and day, black and blue.
Yeah. No, okay. So red and blue. No, red and blue. I think is
indicator. That's the whole reasoning for the black. It's the most realistic. You see, that's the cool. Black and blue goes with everything. This goes with everything.
It's actually not. It's a weird color. The red and blue I think is good. I actually the
red?
Meteorite. It looks
anything. No, it's attention grabber.
It's gimmicky. No, but listen. I find the GMTs in general gimmicky. They're gimmicky. The one thing I have to
They're
say
the
about
inventor of the GMT, though. If you're going to get a GMT, you got to get a Rolex GMT. You know?
No, not fine. It's fine. I'm saying the Rolex GMT with the red and blue. I think they're gimmicky. You know, the Explorer, the what do you call it? What is it? The Explorer, the big one, the one with the GMT. That's actually a good value. I mean, it's it's like a, you know, it looks like a good watch. I could take a beating. It's very low key. You know, it's a little bit boring, but you know, it's very utilitarian. That's what it is. It's utilitarian. That's what it is. Yeah, I think it's. Well, I think you should get. Actually, I'm not going to tell you what you should get. I don't. It's not my business. Like your taste. You know, I'm just.
No.
I'm not going to tell people what to get.
Don't reserve. Don't hold
Well, you
back.
just need to expand. I'm just trying to point you or expand your horizons. That there's other things out there. You know, there's other things out there.
Talking to you. I like hearing from
There's
other
other things,
collectors and your other perspectives. And it's very interesting.
Other things. All right. On that note, gentlemen, have a good night. Okay, Kesslowitz, make sure to subscribe to the newsletter. Get the newsletter, and yes. And you're welcome on the live streams. You know, bring topics, bring topic ideas, bring value, the added value.
Okay.
All right. Have a good night.
Take care, man.